very good evening. Welcome to Prime TV News with me, Iftia Abdul Kader. A look at today's major news stories first. Warm greetings for the president who has been honored with the BIMSTEC new chairmanship. Prime Minister in an observation tour to resume work on the development of the Seruvila sacred city. Court orders arrest of 5, including the Venerable Bengamwe Nalakatera. Court rejects the appeals petition of the Venerable Nyanasara Thera. Large crowds throng the Enterprise Sri Lanka exhibition. And on news overseas, former Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull resigns from Australian Parliament. On to our lead story. Sri Lanka today assumed the chairmanship of BIMSTEC, the Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation during the Nepal summit. Its chairmanship was awarded to President Maithripala Sirisena. The 4th BIMSTEC summit opened in Kathmandu, Nepal yesterday. The new chairmanship of BIMSTEC was awarded to the Sri Lanka president at the closing ceremony of the South Summit. Accordingly, the 5th BIMSTEC summit will be held in Sri Lanka. It comprises 7 countries such as Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Thailand of the region. The main objective of this project is to establish technical and economic cooperation between the Bay of Bengal and South Asian and Southeast Asian countries. The main points of this conference include commerce, investment, technology, tourism, human resource development, agriculture, fisheries, transportation and communication. It also provides training and research facilities for educational, professional and technical fields. BIMSTEC was launched in June 1997 in Bangkok, Thailand, after the conduct of a ministerial-level conference. After assuming the new chairmanship of BIMSTEC, President Maithripala Sirisena in a special statement said that the activities of the conference will be carried forward on an explicit agenda. He solicited the support of all member countries to realize these goals. The president, who was awarded the new chairmanship, received warm greetings from all state leaders. The closure of the 4th BIMSTEC summit was marked by the Prime Minister of Nepal this afternoon. The Memorandum of Understanding on the BIMSTEC Energy Network, reached by countries in the region, was inked by foreign ministers of the respective countries. It was thereafter the Kathmandu Declaration was released. Meanwhile, the heads of state of the 7 countries did not forget to engage in a cordial discussion during breakfast. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that the present government is implementing development work that had been neglected with the end of the war. He made this reference joining in a function held in the Seruvila area. The development of the Seruvila sacred premises, which was launched in 1979 under the guidance of the late President J.R. Jayawardena, was paralysed after 1994. The Dharma Mandira, the Sanghavasa and the reconstructed old Vihara, carried out under the present government's development program, were declared open under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Parallel to this event, the Prime Minister undertook an observation visit with the intention of resuming the Seruvila sacred premises development work. Expressing his views on the occasion, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the aim of the present government was to carry out the development work that had been neglected. The Prime Minister said that President J.R. Jayawardena decided to transform Seruvila into a sacred city as it was linked to the relics of the Buddha. At that time, Minister Cyril Matthew accepted the task and commenced the work. Gamini Dissanayake, as the Mahavali minister, accepted the responsibility. President Ranasinghe Premadasa assumed the responsibility of designing the city, but the work came to a standstill after 1994. However, Premier Wickramasinghe mentioned that the full work did not resume, although the war came to an end. The Prime Minister said that now their intention is to continue with this work. The Prime Minister said that he gave instructions to draw up the plan taking into consideration the old plan and effecting the necessary amendments. Thereafter, they could resume the work. Developing Seruvila is not only important for the Buddhists. Others nearby, whether Buddhists or non-Buddhists, are assisting in the work. Therefore, the Prime Minister said that the development of the sacred place is similar to development of the area and the conservation of a place of religious worship. On to a headline-making story. The Colombo Fort Magistrates Court has ordered the arrest of 4 suspects, including the Venerable Bengamwe Nalakatera, and be produced in courts. In addition, there is more information on court cases taken up for hearing today. This order was given after the case concerning the inflicting of damages to public property during a protest carried out jointly by several organizations, including the Ravana Balaya, the Sinhala Ravaya, and the Patriotic National Movement. The police informed the court that they identified the suspected monks who caused damages to public property during the protest. Accordingly, warrants were issued on the Venerable Bengamwe Nalakatera, the Venerable Magal Kande Sudattatera, the Venerable Itte Kande Saddhati Satera, and the Venerable Medile Panyalokatera. The Venerable Atulugalle Siri Jinanandatera, who was issued with warrants for being not present at the last court hearing, appeared in court today. The Court of Appeal has turned down a request by the Venerable Galagoda Atte Gnanasaratera seeking permission to file an appeals petition in the Supreme Court. The Court of Appeal ruled that the facts given in this regard were not significant. The Venerable Galagoda Atte Gnanasaratera has already been sentenced to imprisonment after being convicted of contempt of court. The judiciary today granted permission for parliamentarian Vimal Veeravansha to travel abroad. He is enlarged on bail over the alleged commitment of a loss of 9 million rupees by the misuse of 40 vehicles given to the National Freedom Front from the Presidential Secretariat. The order was given following a request made by the Colombo Magistrates Court. The Supreme Court will take up for consideration on October 11th the fundamental rights petition filed by the principal of the Badula Tamil Girls' School against the Uva Chief Minister and the provincial education authorities. The principal has accused that she was subject to dire injustice during an incident that happened at the official residence of the Uva Provincial Chief Minister in February this year. The Supreme Court ordered to hand over notices to respondents, including the Chief Minister, Chamara Sampath Dasanayake. You're watching Prime TV News and still on the local scene. Today is the 3rd and final day of the Enterprise Sri Lanka National Exhibition. There were more than 250,000 visitors that thronged the exhibition themed Reconciliation, Democracy and Development. The Enterprise Sri Lanka National Exhibition, which encourages entrepreneurs, is organized by the Ministry of Finance and Mass Media. The exhibition, which is being organized with the intention of inculcating entrepreneurs on the Sri Lanka loan scheme, consists of 12 zones. The exhibition is being held with the blessings and advice of the President. It will draw to a close today. An opportunity is being afforded to new entrepreneurs to get registered in the Enterprise Sri Lanka Data Network. Noteworthy is the possibility of applying for business loans from state as well as private banks. A special zone has been set apart to secure all public and private sector services. The education zone consists of many special features. The Independent Television Media Network is operating an exhibition booth within the Enterprise Sri Lanka exhibition premises. Visitors to this stall can witness as to how television and radio news as well as programs are being produced. Another feature of the Enterprise Sri Lanka exhibition is the allocation of a separate booth for the first time for web journalists. Amateur presenters were afforded an opportunity to display their talents. Achini Niluka Aberatna, a resident of Bibile, was selected as a presenter in the screen test held today. Minister Dr. Sarath Amunugama has pointed out that it may be possible to find a solution via the Salaries Commission to the salaries issue, which has impacted the technical field of the public sector. The minister made this reference expressing his views to media when he joined the inaugural seminar on multi-subject approach organized by the Postgraduate Studies section of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. The seminar was held for the 5th occasion. The minister said that there is an administration grade in Sri Lanka. The others are the technical and labor grades. The crisis has surfaced due to this technical grade. This is because that salaries of all these technical sectors have been brought to the same level through a circular based in 2006. For example, the locomotive driver and his assistant are placed at the same salary level. As such, problems have arisen between the two. Prior to 2006, the salaries remained at separate levels. Another major issue is between the laborers, stenographers and English translators, as their salaries are at the same level. As such, all of them are recruited as laborers. In an office, there are no stenographers, English translators or English typists. As such, these salary structures have been prepared so that it could not be implemented at the technical level. The minister was optimistic that the commission would sort out this matter. Minister Vijayadasa Rajapaksa has revealed that several financial malpractices had taken place in the Mahapula Trust Fund during the previous regime. Addressing a media briefing, the minister further revealed that the trust fund, which was under the Trade Ministry, will again be brought under the purview of the Higher Education Ministry. The Higher Education Minister said that the two companies established had been politicized. The chairman of these two companies is the son of former Minister Johnston Fernando. It was during that period that he had purchased 2 BMW cars from these funds for his personal use. There is a loss of 2,500 million rupees by 2017 December 31st. Accordingly, the minister said that they have decided to withdraw this fund from the two companies through a unanimous cabinet decision. Accordingly, he said that the funds would be hereafter invested in the state banks. The Mahapula Trust Fund would be removed from the Trade Ministry and included as a subject of the Higher Education Ministry through a decision taken to amend the Act. At the same time, a decision has been taken to change the name. It will be called the Lalit Athulat Mudali Scholarship Trust Fund instead of the Mahapula Scholarship Trust Fund. At the same time, the minister said that they have included in the new amendment to consider the funds of the Mahapula Trust Fund as funds coming under the public property. The power struggle within the joint opposition is aggravating daily. The public gathering scheduled to be held on the 5th of next month has finally become part of this power struggle. Many groups cannot bear the development of the present government felt by the people. As such, they are engaged in unsuccessful attempts to topple the government. Parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa has said that they would begin a revolution to overthrow the government. He made this statement during a recent meeting in Udugampola. However, there is a tug of war within the joint opposition with respect to this revolution. It is reported that Basil Rajapaksa will not be attending the public rally planned by the joint opposition, and also the participation of Gotabaya Rajapaksa is also not sure. However, the main aim of getting down a massive gathering to Colombo is reported to be an attempt made by Mahinda Rajapaksa and Shiranti Rajapaksa to make Namal Rajapaksa as the national leader. This is explicitly clear from the disagreements and tug-of-wars surfacing from the leaders of the joint opposition. It has been found that only a handful of friends of Namal Rajapaksa are supporting him. Although the joint opposition is attempting to give various reasons to close such gaps, it has become the opinion of some political strongholds of the joint opposition that the non-participation of Basil Rajapaksa is part of this power struggle. Government ministers have emphasized that attempts made by the joint opposition to halt the forward march of the government through various moves have become futile. Customs officials have arrested an individual with more than 150 million rupees worth of gold. The arrest was made at the Katunayaka International Airport. The arrested person was an Indian national. The gold was hidden in his clothes. The gold haul comprised 20 kilograms. He had hidden the 20 kilograms of gold in 20 parts, each weighing in various parts of his body. The suspect had arrived in the island from Dubai. The arrest follows a discussion Minister of Finance and Mass Media, Mangala Samaravira, had with the DIG of the CID and Customs Director General to map out ways and means of detecting contraband being brought to the country, resulting in loss of revenue to the state. Visit www.itnnews.lk. Many thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.